ginger ale. And I got my crackers. Because I'm sick. Sick. I am physically ill, y'all. Headache, heart palpitations, stomach ache. Y'all have to excuse me. I will be crunching on these crackers. My stomach is tore up. Oh, it's tore up. Yeah, my nerves are bad. It's probably gonna take me probably about 24 hours to get back right. I'm trying to think the last time I had nerves this bad. We ain't really never had no game like this. I mean, I'm trying to remember, did I have these type of nerves when I was at the Alabama State versus Jackson State game last year? I don't think I did. This game right here is taking me another baby on the way. No, that's not why I'm sick. Another baby on the way? No. That's tea right there. He said another baby on the way? Not that kind of illness. It's the kind where you think the game is final and then they give you 1 second on the clock at the 2-yard line with a timeout. And you have a quarterback. I mean, they could have literally flipped in the end zone. They don't have a Denario Davenport, but like at the 1-yard line, 2-yard line, 1 second left. When if we can look back at it, there's not 1 second left. There's more like 0.8 seconds left. There's 0.8 seconds left on the clock. They allow, like, if you even snap the ball, that's it. That's whoo. 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 There was no time left. Just to see the fact that happened. And you should see the folks that's online saying, yeah, I mean, they're not from Jackson State. Of course, they would never be from Jackson State. And of course, they're always calling. They're acting like Mr. Ford now. Now, when Mr. Ford was saying it, they wasn't agreeing, but now they're agreeing. We got to get rid of these divisions. Now they sound like a Mr. Ford's parrot. Now, mind you, Mr. Ford has been saying, let's get rid of the divisions for the longest. Now it's Jackson State versus Alabama State, and all of a sudden it's, I wanted to have seen this in December. It's what? No, we're good. We're good. We're good with playing it now and beating them now. Talk about they want to see it twice. I don't want to see no game where there's a final on the clock and you think you won the game and they give them another second and another try. I'm so tired of these divisions. There you go. I'm glad we got divisions. Yes, the time was 0, okay? All of a sudden they get another second and another chance. You could not have written a better script. It says final. They give them 1 second on the 2-yard line with the likes of an Andrew Body, a Holtzclaw. But, okay, let's go ahead and I went over this. We're going to go over the stats. I went over it. But this is why stats do matter. Why do stats matter? Because stats will tell you a story. They always tell a story. And so I'm going to just point out the story, which is Jackson State's red zone defense. And Jackson State definitely had a bend, don't break type of defense today. I'm, you know, it went down to the wire, but I wanted to show you guys that, because that basically, play of the game. Let me go to defense. They might not have red zone defense. We were I want to say that we were, I don't know if we were first yesterday. I think they've updated some of the stats. So red zone defense, we're second. I think we were first Thursday when I did the stats, though. We were first in red zone offense and first in red zone defense. But nevertheless, our red zone defense is crazy. So that takeaway. Did anybody know if they announced who the players of the game were? Of course, I gotta pull up my players, which was. Let me see if I got it on here. Let me see what I got on here. There he goes. Y'all see him? Y'all see Ashton Taylor? Here, let me turn this thing off so you guys can see it a little bit better, because baby. All right, Ashton Taylor, linebacker, 6'2", 217 pounds, from Hoover, Alabama, Tennessee Tech transfer. Ashton Taylor always comes in clutch. Do you hear me? Do y'all not realize that Ashton Taylor was the quarterback, or no, is the one that sacked the Alabama State quarterback last year for a safety at Alabama State? Ashton Taylor came up the middle. Like, he literally came up the middle and sacked Alabama State's quarterback last year for the safety in the end zone. I was right there. Like, I can't say it enough. Big ups to Ashton Taylor. And he's not the only one. Jeremiah Williams was on fire. I want to say we're going to look at the stats today. Baby, Andrew Body was throwing all up and down the field. He threw up and down the field, up and down the field. He only had one passing touchdown today. Hey, Miss Tiffany Dawn. Jacoby Morgan was in his bag today, okay? Jacoby Morgan was in his bag today. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and put those up for you guys. I'll put it up for you. So these stats are, of course, prior to today. So now Jacoby Morgan is at 11 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. And Andrew Body is at 15 touchdowns and 1 interception. And of course, their yards are different. So the yards are different. But Jacoby Morgan had 5 touchdowns against Alabama State's defense. Against the defense. You know, there was a lot of talk about Alabama State's defense, what it is, what it ain't, and, you know, what it could be. I think that Jackson State, overall, they let you know, high-powered offense, don't worry, we got it. Now, the penalties definitely kept this game way closer, right? Because if we didn't have that holding call in the red zone, we'd be looking at a touchdown. if we didn't have the running in, which I thought it was not a roughing the kicker. I thought it was running into the kicker, which would have made it a 5-yard penalty and repeat 4th down. But instead they gave him 15 yards and a first down. I felt like, that was another penalty that was like, damn. And then the penalty where the young man tried to remove the player off of the I guess there was an Alabama State player that was kind of laying on the running back, and he was like, man, get up. You can't touch another player. You can't physically remove them. And then another penalty was, of course, I want to say one of the special teams pushing a player. Like, it's one of those games, though. Like, I'm actually impressed that it didn't turn into something more, because usually they end up fighting. Usually they end up fighting. Okay? But we were able to maintain composure in that sense. So let's go ahead and like the live, if you will, please. Let's go ahead and get into a comparison of, we're going to look at the quarterbacks. We're going to look at Jackson State's offense and Alabama State's offense. Hey, Jerome, how you doing?
Hey, do y'all love? But look, my voice is a little hoarse, so bear with me. But how are you doing?
Well, I got my ginger ale.
Okay.
And I got my crackers.
Okay.
Hey, everybody.
You got some oxygen over there?
I don't have any oxygen. I'm not. My stomach's already upset. I can't handle no liquor tonight.
No. Hey, you got some oxygen.
Oh, some oxygen. Oh, that's what I need. Yeah, oxygen, and check my blood pressure too, please. 44,000, Jerome. 44,000. Hey, nephew.
Hey, that's what's up. Hey, what up, nephew?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, doing well. Hey, let me just say this. This game, the ending, very reminiscent of 2010 Jackson State Southern. Like, coming down to the
same thing, Jerome.
Yeah, man. I mean, in the last 10, 15 years, I have not seen another Jackson State game that, well, of course, we played FAMU in 2014, or I think that was the Hail Mary.
And
then and then FAMU again in 2018. They had the clock management issue, but this one was a nail biter. Definitely a heavyweight round boxing match. I do feel, I will say this though, I do feel the game should not have been as close. There were like 2 or 3 penalties that took away either a touchdown or a really good scoring drive. I don't know if y'all remember, I want to say it was like in the first quarter. What's the little brother's name out of Atlanta?
Travis Terrell.
Travis Terrell, he ran like a left sweep and ran it into the end zone, but the offensive lineman unnecessarily, was holding, and they called it back. Yeah. But and then there was a penalty. Like, I think our defense held them towards the end zone, and then Buddy kicked it. I think Jency unnecessarily ran into him. Just maybe a mental error, but shouldn't have been as close. But what an amazing game! Not just for the SWAC, but just Black college football. As you're looking on Twitter, so many different FCS spaces and just college football lovers are commenting on that game. And I can't wait to maybe see the ratings because it seemed like a lot of people were actually tuned into this game nationwide. So, but very, very happy homecoming to the JSU Nation. So looking forward to this off week coming up, as we head into Vegas the next week. But man, this was when you talk about just imagery, just looking on Twitter and social media about, there's a lot of third-party media people that were at today's game, and they were taking beautiful photos of just beautiful Black people, just a sea of beautiful Black people. And it makes for really good imagery, not just for Jackson State, but HBCU football.
I mean, it was amazing to see the 44,000 plus in the stadium. There's 10 to 15,000 outside the stadium. It was just beautiful to see.
Right.
Now, the fourth quarter, of course, it gave me fits, but I think one thing that we have to look at is that the ability to overcome adversity is what also makes a championship team, right? I mean, that is Celebration Bowl caliber defense.
Yes, and coaching.
Won the game, and they say, they still have 1 second left, and you're on the 2-yard line.
And Timona, I'm not a football expert, but even when Jay and Tiffany, so when ESPN, it was like a bang bang play at the end when Buddy caught the ball, and then they rewound the tape, and it was actually 0.00 right when Buddy's knee hit the ground. So Jay and Tiffany were like, "Yo, the game is over," and then they started talking about he had another timeout, and it was just weird. Maybe if somebody can break that down for me, but when you go back and look, when Buddy's knee hit the ground, it was 0.00.
So that is what it is for one thing, which was very interesting, and they made that clear in the beginning of the game, which is that they were having problems with the game clock upstairs, so they bought the game clock downstairs for whatever reason. Secondly, so the thing is, regardless if it was 0.1 seconds left, what they're saying is that whenever someone gets a first down, the clock is automatically stops. So I guess they're trying to say that the clock was supposed to be stopped immediately as soon as his knee hit the ground. And on top of that, once they redo the chains, the clock then starts, but Alabama State could use their timeout. So it was one of those, like, I guess it was kind of like a catch-22 type of thing. I thought it was really disgusting that they allowed Alabama State to get another play. But listen, it is what it is. Those boys maintained composure because at that point, my head was hurting. I was about to throw up. I was seeing stars. My heart's palpitating. I'm sweating.
Man, look.
I am sick.
Look, my blood pressure was up. My stomach was hurting. I was getting a headache.
Hey, man, the way I was pacing in my living room, I had to get about 10,000 steps in a day. Like, I didn't sit down after all I had time. I was up the entire, it was crazy. But you know what? This is what folks were looking for, a truly, heavyweight round boxing match. Two best teams in Black college football. Great fan base that showed up today. I didn't get a chance to see halftime, but it just looked like a truly festive atmosphere. And everybody that I know who went down to Jackson for the game, they were like, the atmosphere inside the vet was insane. So this is what, the true culture of what Jackson State is, man. So kudos to everybody who attended the game.
But speaking of halftime, you can go to the TV videos. I have the halftimes up right now.
I appreciate
it. The halftime show.
Say that again.
Did Alabama State's band travel?
Oh yeah, they were there. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'm currently editing. I'm editing fifth quarter right now as we speak. But yeah, I actually enjoy both the halftime shows. I think the highlight for me personally was when the Jackson State band brought out their alumni drum majors tonight. So a little bit of history about the drum majors. This year marked the 25th anniversary of the first time that we introduced the J5 drum majors. So they brought out not all of them, but most of the drum majors back. Marvin was there, Christian, of course, Abraham back in 2016. Yeah, they had like all of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what's really cool. So that first J5 squad back in 2000, one of the brothers on that squad, his name is affectionately known as Goldberg. Goldberg is from Charlotte, and he and I were texting this week. He actually lives here. He went down to homecoming, had a great time. But I can't wait to see some of those photos and videos. But it's always good to have like those original J5 members be able to come back and celebrate. But man, just looking at the videos on my timeline, man, Jackson State, y'all definitely showed out all weekend, but especially today. It was just beautiful black people everywhere. It's amazing.
Oh, speaking of that 2000 squad, this is something that I didn't know. Are you familiar with Karamu Cunning?
Oh yeah, Simu, yes sir.
Yeah, he was actually a part of the original squad.
Yeah, so it was Karamu, Goldberg. There's another brother named Mike, I think Mike Moore out of Lanier. There's a brother named Moray Smith out of Atlanta. And I want to say Fufu, rest in peace. I believe Fufu was on that J5 squad as well.
Oh yeah, for those who don't know who Karamu is, that's DJ Unpredictable. Yeah. But I enjoyed the halftime.
Now I got a question for those of y'all who were at the game. I saw a video of like a car on fire right after the game in the parking lot. Does anybody know what that was about?
Yeah, so Mr. Jerome actually he actually came into the media room and he was like basically like told us what happened. So someone had a tailgate tent. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but it ended up catching on fire, and 6 cars ended up catching on fire with that.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah,
I hope no one got hurt.
It's actually making its rounds on Facebook right now. But
Okay.
as far as we know, there were no injuries.
Why did they say it's in the AAC? They must have got it wrong.
What?
This was at the stadium?
Yeah, it was at the stadium.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was outside the stadium. Now, as far as we know, there were no injuries from that fire. So
that's
as far
good.
as we know right now.
And let's lift up our cousins at Alcorn in prayer. I was told there was a shooting on campus tonight at their homecoming.
It was. Yeah, it was actually announced from Alcorn State's official page. Now, I'm not sure if anybody got hurt from it, but I do know there was a shooting. Yeah, tonight was very interesting, but nonetheless, I actually enjoyed myself out here.
So, Timona and Jay, let me ask you guys, since you guys watch the game as well, who would you give the game MVP to? For me, definitely Jacoby.
Jacoby and Morgan on the offensive side.
Wait, repeat that question again?
I think it's actually you could do also like kind of like, yeah, Jacoby and Morgan for sure. But good Lord, Jacoby and Morgan and Marcus Dupree's grandson.
Oh yeah.
Hey, speaking of which, I saw your video on Twitter.
Braxton, come here.
Oh man.
Hey, Mr. Braxton.
Hey. Who you gonna throw the ball to? Who you gonna throw the ball to and get a touchdown? Shedeur. We're not talking about James. No, you don't want to throw it to James Houston. He's on the defense. What you were saying earlier when he was talking about what does he say? Marcus who?
The pre-grandson.
There you go.
You naming all the Jackson State players. Lord have mercy. I'm talking too much. I need to do something else. That's all I talk. He named every Jackson State player possible.
Oh, I don't know if you saw Mr. Ford actually because you dropped the link for him.
Oh, okay.
Mona, I'm surprised, and Jay, I'm surprised y'all still got a voice, man. Because gracious.
I had to lay down. I couldn't.
Listen, I was actually
when Nathan Rimmer got that touchdown, and we were up. When we were up by 3 points, and I was like, all we got to do is get this. Let's get this point after.
And let me say this as far as coaching, because there was some commentary this week. Folks were saying that Jackson State had the better coaching staff. And I don't know if y'all noticed that last drive that we had, you can tell the staff was intentionally running out the clock because they didn't want, because I don't know if y'all follow Andrew Vadi and Bama State's offense this season, but that 2-minute drill that they run, whether it's in the first half or the end of the game, is very potent. So, and then you can tell the staff knew that. So they were intentionally, running the ball down the throat, milking the clock, and just trying to get it as least time, because we knew we were going to score a touchdown, but we just wanted to leave as less amount on the clock as possible. And even with 50 seconds, Bama State shows what they can do in that time frame. But a lot of missed holding penalties, I will say that. But hey, I'll take it.
Look, I wanted to run the clock down too because my pressure was up.
Please run the ball. Please run it. Run it, because those last 2 drives, Andrew Body was able to get it down in 45 seconds. I said, Lord.
Is that me or is that somebody else?
Hey, Mr. Ford.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, hey, Mr. Ford.
I'm
Hey,
sick.
y'all look doing all right?
I got
Yes,
my
sir.
ginger ale and my crackers, Mr. Ford.
We doing better, Mr. Ford. We doing better.
Oh yeah. Well, congratulations to the Jacksonian Nation. I mean, y'all look really good on TV today. Both schools did. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't know that Alabama State was that good. I didn't give them that kind of credit. I knew that their offense was dynamic, but that's the first time I've seen their defense do that. Because usually it's just a lot of scoring, but their defense give up a lot of yards. And today they played. That defense played. I mean, that was a big time game. And let me just say this: I'm not going to argue, and I'm not going to belabor the point. But if you people do not understand why we need to get rid of the divisions after that game today, don't even worry about it.
Mr. Ford, I don't want to play that game again.
Look, at this
point,
I
want to play it and win it.
Keep the divisions. Keep the divisions.
I don't want to play a game like that ever again in this season. Do I want to have another matchup like that where they see that the clock is ran out and they give the opposing team 1 second left on the 2-yard line of our field to win the game?
Well, one of your defensive players came up and stopped it. I got to look at it again.
Ashton Taylor, the same one.
Yeah, he made a play, because what that was an RPO. He faked like he was going to run it because he's really good at that. He holds the ball until the last second, and then he does that line drive throw, which was so effective today. But that linebacker came up and stopped it. He came up and stopped it.
Ashton Taylor, and we didn't even have Cam today, Mr. Ford. Ooh, Mr.
And what about Fatillion? Is he out for the year? What's going on?
I don't know if he's out for the year, but we definitely missed having that height at wide receiver. And then Shamar Savage, he did get a couple of throws his way. One of them, he felt like it should have been passing interference, but we didn't get the call.
Mm-hmm. Well, hey, is Miss Whitley's on here, right?
Yes.
Hey, Miss Whitley. I know Brandy on here. Congratulations, Brandy.
Dr.
Okay, what about Dr. Kanisha? Hey, now did Howard play today?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, and I know y'all heard about the beatdown at Bragg Stadium today, right?
We here. We've been watching Jackson State all day.
It was 28-0 at halftime.
What?
It was 28-0 at half.
Miss Tiffany Dawn's on here. Hey, everybody else.
Hey, Miss Tiffany Dawn Sykes, how you doing? Listen, they say that the FAM people, they on the line. I'm saying the line. They on the internet. They want what's the name fired. They want Cozy fired tomorrow, and they're willing to put the money up.
I don't, Mr. Boyd, I don't blame them, honestly.
Yeah, they want him fired tomorrow. And they saying that they'll put the money up. They'll put the money up. Go to the FAMU websites. You'll see it.
I just seen that finals for Mr. Ford, and I don't blame them.
Damn.
And by the way, did y'all hear that Bethune-Cookman blew out Southern?
Yeah, I saw that.
I saw that too, Mr. Ford. I saw that too.
And then listen, the story I got yesterday, They picking Bethune-Cookman's men to win the SWAC basketball. They claim that Reggie Theiston went out and got all these good players. Did y'all hear that?
I ain't hear that. Say it
Yeah, I
ain't
heard
so,
that.
Mr. Ford.
Yeah, that's what I heard yesterday. They claimed Reggie Theiston went out and got all these boys.
Mr. Ford, they lost 45-7.
Oh, they said it was 28. I think it was 27 or 28 to nothing at half.
Oh no, I'm talking about FAMU. They only scored a
Yeah,
touchdown.
that's what I'm saying. Listen, our guy Walker, Texas Ranger. You know, he put on a show. Yeah, he put on a show.
Looking forward that Florida Classic gonna be ugly. Good gracious.
I think Bethune gonna blow them out. But what the people are saying now, I read a couple of them. They're saying to go head on and cut him tomorrow, cut Koza tomorrow, make Burris, who is the offense coordinator, the head coach, look at him for what they got about 5 more games left. What they got 4 games left or 5? What? I'm in the games.
About 4 or 5. 5.
Yeah, about 4 or 5. So that's what they're saying, to give it to Burris and let them look at him. Let them look at him for the next 4 to 5 games so they can do an evaluation. But they want to get rid of Cozy tomorrow. They want him out tomorrow.
And what was the final? What was the final score for that Southern game?
So, what'd you say? I'm sorry, bro. What'd you say now?
What was the final score for that Southern game?
It was a blowout. I think it was 35. Was it 35-12? What was it?
Let me look it up, y'all. Ooh, 45-14. Good Lord. Oh my God. They got steamrolled. Mr. Ford, I told you that Bethune-Cookman had an offense this year. I told you that.
Well, listen, I don't know what they're going to do down there in Baton Rouge. I don't know.
Firing Cozy's not going to do anything, though.
Yeah. You get a chance to look at.
I wouldn't be hiring nobody.
No. See, if you get rid of him, you can look at this guy, Burris, because Burris could be like a TC. You know, you don't know. Because one thing about TC was given a chance, because TC didn't really have no head coaching experience, but he was prepared to be a head coach, okay? Because he's the top coach, but he was given a chance. He was given an opportunity. That's what they're saying about Burris. Give him the opportunity. Let's look at it. Let's see what he does in the last 4 or 5 games. I agree with that. That's putting
on Cozy's draws, and that's nasty.
No. I listen, Mr. Moan, give him an opportunity. Give him an opportunity. I would do it. I would do it. I agree with them people down there in Tallahassee. I would let him go tomorrow. Okay. I wouldn't let him coach the halftime game. They told a story of a guy from Atlanta. They said he got up this morning at 4 a.m., drove down to Tallahassee, and then cooled out, watched the game. At halftime, he got back in his car and drove all the way back to Atlanta. So when you got that kind of stuff going on, his change got to be made.
Hey,
Mr. Ford. And Mr. Ford and Timona, let me ask y'all. So what happened with Grambling today? Who did they play?
They got Texas Southern tonight. They're on TV. I watched it for a little bit, but I'm watching this Georgia. I'm looking at Georgia and Auburn. Well, what's the score of the Grambling game? Because it's Grambling's homecoming.
In the last quarter, they down 21-20.
Oh, it's 21-20?
They got 11 minutes, 52 seconds left.
They got a new quarterback, too, and he don't look bad. It's not T-Set. It's somebody else. I think his last name is Fry or something like that.
Ashton Fry?
I know it's Fry. He was wearing, I think, 15 or something like that.
Yeah, that's him, Ashton Fry.
Hey,
Hey, good evening, everybody. How y'all doing? First of all, I'm gonna reiterate what I said at the beginning of the season. You got 12 teams in the SWAC. 11 teams are trying to figure out how to beat Jackson State. And as you've seen tonight, even with the penalties, Jackson State is that team. That front four, even though Body might have decent numbers or pretty good numbers, or you can call them great numbers. Body was frustrated tonight. You go back and you look at the tape. Body was never pressured out of his pocket, even in his scramble drills, like he was tonight. Shout out to Jackson State defensive line. Them big ass men y'all got up there on that front four that was bulldozing. Even though Body was completing and throwing, he was pressured and he was hurried. That last play of the game, I'll reiterate what I said on my show. Body threw that ball a little bit too early, and Jackson State defense told TC Taylor, we got this. When your defense tell your coach, calm down, we got this, trust and believe, they got it. I'm not taking nothing away from Alabama State. They played a hell of a game. They played a game that a lot of people didn't see. But I said Jackson State would win this game by what, 2 or 3 touchdowns? I was wrong about that. Fact remained the same. When you try to go up against a champion that the media does not recognize, nobody else will give Jackson State the type of credit that they deserve.
Wait a minute, wait. Oh, go back and read Thursday's Atlanta Journal-Constitution. They did. They played up the game, and not only them, the USA Today played up the game, and they made that Jackson is the defending champ. So yes,
I'm not saying that. Jackson State as a whole, from the beginning of the football season, has not been given the respect of defending HBCU champions. Most of the time, when people say it, it's a snarky comment or article that's not well written to give a team like Jackson State, who went undefeated during conference play and dominated the Celebration Bowl. Go back and look how HBCU Game Day and others celebrated Jackson State, or we can go back to the Pioneer Bowl when North Carolina A&T was winning the Pioneer Bowl and how they praised them and hyped them up. The hype is not there for Jackson State. I always said that the SWAC needed a villain. The villain is Jackson State. I got it. But you got to give a team like Jackson State and their coaching staff. Now, the offensive play calling is suspect in my opinion. Because if you let that man, Morgan, do what he need to do, I don't think the games would be even closer. I don't know why they kind of holding him back. But when he's let loose, it's a no-brainer. I watched just about every SWAC football game this year, either watching it live or I go back and watch it on Sundays. It's a different aura about this team. I'm not talking like Coach Bob Hill or W.C. Gordon teams. This is a different aura. You got some athletes on this team, offense and defense, that need to be recognized and praised a lot more. And if those athletes on either side of the ball was on another team, I would be saying the same thing. We got to give it up to these people that what's going on right now is a different story. Alabama State had this game circled probably for about 2 years. The next time we play Jackson State, we're going to do this to them. You got a quarterback, Alabama State. I'm not knocking that man's talent. I'm not knocking that man's scrambling ability. I'm not knocking his passing or his accuracy. But tonight, Body, even though you had over 300 yards, Jacobian Morgan was the better quarterback on that field tonight. He will not get that praise tomorrow. Trust me on that. Watch the praise go to Body. And if you don't believe me, read the articles, or watch the several SWAC shows that's gonna come on tomorrow, or HBCU shows, which I totally disagree with them. That's why they never let folks talk to them, because they don't want Jackson State to win, because Jackson State is that villain. Jackson State is the real Joker, the real live Joker that Batman cannot get his hand on. And for the rest of the season, good luck to anybody, whether you play Jackson State at home or Jackson State comes to you. Good luck trying to play that team. That's a team for the last 2 years, and give credit to Coach TC Taylor, your defensive coordinator, your line coaches on the offense and defensive line. That's something that we need to talk about. Think about this. Body and them are used to scoring, 45, damn near 50 points a game? Body and them was really shut out in that first half. That first drive where they had the penalties, I don't want to hear that because Jackson State had way more penalties than they should have had. But when you play a team like a Jackson State that's giving up penalties, that's keeping you alive in the game, and you capitalize on those penalties and you still can't beat them, something needs to be said. So good luck, Jackson State fans, keeping your coaches. I'm not joking. The way they recruit and the way that they can train and develop those people and to make adjustments. And if Jackson State could have tackled Body just a little bit more, this really would have been a blowout. But I'm proud and happy to see a slugfest in the SWAC. We've been needing a game like this. I wish it would have been on SWAC TV so we could have seen the band and the halftime performance and Jay Walker and that other little woman, and no disrespect to black women, but Ren and Stimpy, I don't need to hear them calling any more damn games on SWAC football. Jay Walker was deflated. I mean deflated when Jackson State won. He did not want to see Jackson State win. And that other lady, she just talking. She have no idea what the hell she talking about. But I defer, and I'm going to sit back and listen to y'all.
Hey, well said, man. And I want to piggyback off of that comment with respect to Jackson State not getting the respect. So I remember on this show maybe a month or so back, we were talking about the SWAC released a video, like a promo video for the football season. And it was like, they only had one Jackson State clip, and it was like a 1 second clip of the fans. And the rest of the video was dominated by Prairie View footage, Alabama A&M, Alabama State. And we were talking about just the bias, even from our own conference. But I have seen the bias from HBCU Game Day, other outlets. They're not, to your point, they're not giving Jackson State the same love like they gave North Carolina A&T when A&T went on that run. So I agree. Now, looking forward to your point, like USA Today, the AJC, they talked up the game, but we're not seeing that same level of adoration for this dominant program that we saw with A&T in the past. So I agree.
Well, I'm going to say this. I coach quarterback. I'll take Body or Jacoby. I thought they proved today that they're the best two quarterbacks in HBCU football. As far as the offensive play call, the only disagreement I had with Jackson's offensive play call, I thought at the 8-minute mark of the game when they went up by about 10, I thought they should have turned it over to the backfield and the offensive line. That's the only thing I had a disagreement with about. As far as the game itself now, like I told, because one of the things that got me today was my wife was even into the game. My wife, she kept out of the bands. And her sister, we were down at the hospital with my mother-in-law, and they were into the game, and that's something. The game had to be good for them to be into it. But anyway, I just thought they played like that, and then Fertillion was not there. Okay, just imagine if he had been in the game. But I thought that it met the hype. The hype, they got national media coverage, and I thought they met that. Now, like I said at the beginning of the show, as a team, I didn't know Alabama State was that good. Now, offensively, yes, I knew they were dynamic. I'd seen them against UAB. I'd seen them against Florida A&M and all of that. But their defense, to me, has a lot of holes. But today, I thought they played their best game. I thought their defense played their best game. I really did.
Mr. Ford,
yes.
When you come to play at Jackson State, whatever SWAC team it is, they going to throw the kitchen sink at you. Alabama State tried everything. I'm talking stunts, blitzes, twists. They did it all on defense, and they still got ran over. If the offensive coordinator, and you can ask anybody that listened to me when I was streaming the game, offensive coordinator has to do better. Jackson State could have easily ran over Alabama State. They like to do, I don't know where these gimmick and trick plays are trying to come from. If you would have cut that out and ran that football, minus those crazy penalties, this game was not even close. But the penalties that happened, it made this game close. You had a penalty that wiped out a whole touchdown when the score was what, 7-3? And I believe it was 7-3. That penalty wiped out a touchdown. That have made it 14-3. Now, I'm not saying Andrew Body went down there and scored. Who's to know? But my thing is, Jackson State self-induced their own self today. Knock out them crazy penalties. This wasn't a game. Listen, Valley gonna throw the sink at them. Bethune-Cookman is gonna throw half of Florida at Jackson State. Trust me, this team of Jackson State, coached by T.C. Taylor, the SWAC has vengeance against them. But guess what? They can't do it because of the talent that Jackson State has. That's the only thing that I'm saying. Alabama State, to me, was not that team that everybody thought they was. They offense, that fast 2-minute offense, I give them that. I will not take anything from Andrew Body's athleticism and his ability to find that open wide receiver. But this Jackson State team, we got to put them up on that pedestal. I don't see nobody knocking them off. And hopefully somebody next year can recruit and be able to coach. I'm not talking about transfer portal players. You're going to have to be able to recruit and train and develop somebody to beat this team. Because you know why? T.C. Taylor and the offensive line coach and that defensive line coach, when they get these young men up in here for spring, you can tell the training difference between them. Alabama State does not have a running defense. I watched Bethune-Cookman run better than Jackson State. Check that out again. Bethune-Cookman ran better against Jackson State. So that's my issue with everybody else in the SWAC. You save your energy to beat up Jackson State, and you can't do it. You know why? It's coaching. It's coaching. Them players, I'm not saying those players are not equal to Jackson State players, but you look at them when the ball is snapped, and you look at that line, that Jackson State defensive line. Even Jay Walker, his shady self, he said there's only been a few times that Andrew Body had time tonight. Because them big boys up there was pushing. That comes from training and developing. So shout out to Alabama State and Jackson State and whoever else think that they can come and play Jackson State. Not this year. The MEAC game, if it's the Deshaun Jackson or whatever, bruh, you're going to get embarrassed. That's all I'm going to tell you. Whoever from the MEAC this year going to play Jackson State, you're going to get embarrassed. You heard it here first. And I ain't pulling no punches. And listen, I went to Tougaloo. We don't even have a damn football program. We got a basketball and a baseball program and a soccer program. We'll kick y'all ass in. But now everything else, no. Check this out. I'm telling you, I want to give Coach T.C. Taylor his props because I'm telling you now, they're not even going to try to give that man Coach of the Year award. They're going to try to get it to Eddie Robinson. If you don't believe me, listen to what them folks going to say tomorrow. I'm talking about the strike zone. I'm talking about HBCU game day. I'm talking about HBCU sports. All these other people, they're going to tell you Jackson State got lucky. They're not going to tell you how Morgan called his own play and threw a touchdown pass. They're not going to tell you about my favorite player in the SWAC, Marcus Dupree grandson. Every time he gets in the game, if you don't have a plan to stop him, he's going to burn your ass. And that's exactly what happened tonight. I'm just being real. I'm being unbiased as I can be. I really wish, because I'm going to the Soul Bowl this year, I really wish Alcorn could actually put up a game. Alcorn might get put 70 put on them with ease by Jackson State. And I don't think Jackson State is going to hold back because, you know, that's rivalry, that's personal, that's family. You want to beat up your little brother, your little sister, and send them back home with a bloody nose. So everybody else, good luck. The only hard game that I see left for Jackson State is that damn Valley. Valley has nothing to lose. They're not a good team, but they gonna throw half of the Mississippi River into Jackson when they play this year. I'm telling you, they gonna try. I'm telling you, Valley has not beat Jackson State in what, over 20-some years? They know that, hey, look, we sick of these folks. And you're supposed to be sick of somebody like Jackson State. Think about this. Jackson State wins out the rest of the year. That's back-to-back seasons they didn't lose a conference game. Man, my hair be turned gray if I know that them folks from Jackson is winning like that. But I'm glad to see it, because you know why? We need something like this. We need these young men and women that's looking at coming to HBCUs to see a program like Jackson State. I was so happy when ESPNU finally showed the Jackson State home side. I said, damn, them folks are up in there. I could hear it through the TV, but they would never show it, which is another thing they need to work on. Stop showing the visitor side. Show that home side of all of those people that was up in there. It was amazing to see that stuff up there.
Hey, Brother Bakari.
What's going on, Timon? How you doing?
Good.
What's going on to the chat, Mr. Ford, everybody else?
How you doing?
Hey, this is what I'm going to say. The same thing I said when I went on Oren Pound. I'm going to say this, body good. That's the end of that. I'm tired of people sitting talking about body. When everybody gonna start talking about the greatness of Jacoby and Morgan? Did you see that pause? Did you see that pause on that last 2 minutes? Did you see that pause on that last on the game-winning drive?
Yes, sir.
Body had the opportunity to do the same thing. They were stopped at the goal line. But the general. See, people gonna look at numbers and say, Body passed for more yards. Yeah, that's good. Jacoby threw 5 touchdowns. My opinion, Whitley said it in the chat before I got to say it. Offensive player of the year, defensive player of the year, coach of the year. Right now, it's right there at Jackson State. People gonna have to start giving Jacoby Morgan people gonna have to start giving Jacoby Morgan his props. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Now I'm gonna go back a little bit. I want to say, was it the FAMU game or maybe the game before that? I saw Body was 10 for 18, 10 for 19. He had 2 touchdowns with 108 yards. And people was talking about how good he played. I said, if that was Jacoby Morgan, everybody would be talking about benching. Everybody would be talking about benching. But the general, the last 3 weeks, been showing what he's made of. They, my opinion, them first 2 games, don't nobody like, that play calling was horrible. That's my opinion. Did he make some bad throws? Yeah, but they did not put him in position. And one thing I can say about Alabama State, they put their quarterback in position to succeed. Jackson State at times hold back. But when you look at what Jacoby Young can do and how he can throw that ball, and did you see that pass to the route Nate Rembert ran in that pass? He threaded the needle between three Alabama State players. So when everybody started talking about Body greatness, it's okay to brag on him. But don't sit and act like Jacoby ain't that man. What is Jacoby winning record as a starter? Who he lost to as a starter, Timona? He lost to Southern Miss. He lost to ULM. I ain't talking about no games he came in at. We better appreciate greatness while we have it, and we see it, and it's maturing, and it has matured right in front of our eyes to be that pause and to go downfield after the receiver, a damn good receiver, fumble that ball. All the momentum is in Alabama State favor. They pick up the fumble, they score, they take the lead. Jacobian saw all that. Jacobian had the pause. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We got this. Don't worry about it. And when you see that maturity and you see what he's able to do, and I want to start hearing people, because I'm going to always give him his credit, because I always been on the bandwagon when I first seen him. people got to start giving him, my opinion, best quarterback in HBCU, one of the tops in the FCS. And he ain't the most athletic. People get enamored with athleticism. He ain't the most he is not nearly as athletic as a Andrew Body, but playing quarterback, going through his progressions. Even Jay Walker Hayden Ash had to say, did you see him on that play? He went through 3-4 progressions before he made the pass. The way how calm he is in the pocket. We don't have to start giving it credit when you see it. That's all I want to say.
Mr. Ford, you got anything to say?
Hold on. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
So between Jacoby and Morgan and Andrew Body, there's a couple of quarterbacks we can talk about who are also possibly in the running for Offensive Player of the Year. But right now it's between Jacoby and Morgan and Andrew Body, I think. Pretty much. With Andrew Body in the front seat based off of his stats because he played one more game than Jacobian. Right now on the SWAC website, I thought that he had, I guess that is, he hasn't had his touchdowns updated yet, I don't think. I haven't updated the stats yet. But right now, Andrew Body is 111 for 161, 1 interception. And I want to say he has 2 interceptions. So it doesn't look like Andrew Body's stats have been updated yet or not updated correctly. Because, no, Andrew Body has 1 interception today. It says he has 19 touchdowns so far. And Jacoby Morgan has 10 touchdowns. Which I believe he actually has 11 because I think he had 5 passing touchdowns today. So I think they need to update that. Right? I could have sworn he had 5 touchdowns today. But let's talk a little bit about, I'll just go over the comparison of the game, like the offense and the defense. And then I'm going to ask you guys some questions. Quincy Ivory, defensive end, had 12 total tackles, 8 solo tackles, a half a sack, a half a tackle for loss, and 1 interception. KJ Chisholm, 5 total tackles. They were all solo, 1 pass breakup. Chisholm, what do you guys think about the DBs today? Because Andrew Body had 380 plus yards in passing. He only had 1 touchdown today, but 380 yards in passing. What did you guys think about the DBs today? Anybody? You can go first. Mr. Ford, what do you think?
Well, I thought that, Andrew does that RPO thing really well. And the other thing he does, like I told you before, he has, the guy that I like to compare him to is a guy that played for Georgia Tech named Joe Hamilton. Joe was the kind of guy, when the play break down, he could turn it into a plus play. And that's what Andrew Body, when those defensive linemen come on him, he has the ability, when the play breaks down, he has the ability to turn it into a plus play. I thought it was, a bend, don't break type situation. Both of those offenses were hot today. I mean, they were 38 hot. And you're going to give up points. But like I said, hey, Jackson won because Jackson could have lost now. Don't get it twisted. They could have lost.
We could have lost. We could have lost. They gave, listen.
You could have lost today, man.
Yeah, because let's just keep it a buck. The refs gave Alabama State all the opportunity in the world to beat Jackson State, including some holding calls that was missing, some first downs that weren't really first downs, and that last play of the game, Mr. Ford. Alabama State literally had the game given to them in their hand. All you have to do is literally stretch out your arms and you win the game, and they couldn't do it. That's the thing. They had every single opportunity to win this game.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like you literally had it. And then when we thought the game was over, they gave you another chance and said, hey, here, we're giving you the game. On the 2-yard line, you get another opportunity to score. And they couldn't do it, Mr. Ford.
Yeah.
Grambling lost their homecoming.
What was the final score?
Go ahead, Brother Bakari.
Go ahead, stop. You could go ahead. I'll just go after you. I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize.
Anybody? What was Grambling's final score? Anybody?
I would. Brother Bakari, you can go ahead because I wasn't.
21. Thank you, Marilyn. Okay, 21-20. Okay.
You know, Mr. Ford was right when he said Jackson State could have lost today, but let's not forget Alabama State could have lost by like 17 today. We left some stuff out there. They could have easily lost by 14 or 17 points today.
Like I said, the only thing that I disagree with, like I said, Jackson went up, I think by 10. Was it 10? It was 30. Was it, what was it, 31-20 or something like that?
Yeah, they went up 11.
Yeah, they went up 11. And I thought they were going to turn it over to the, grind it out, turn it over to the offensive line and to the backs, because Davenport was hot. That kid from Atlanta was hot. What's Travis' name? Travis Terrell.
Terrell.
He was hot. The kid from Memphis was hot. And so I thought they were going to turn it over to them, grind it out, keep body off the field, but they didn't. And that was but as far as like during the game, the play caller, I didn't have a problem with the play caller. I really didn't.
But me, for the most part today, I didn't either. And you're right. I think they were trying to grind it out, but Alabama State knew that too. On the drive where the guy fumbled the ball, right? They had stopped Jackson State up the middle twice. Jackson State had run the ball. It was 3rd and 8 when they completed their pass because they were putting everybody around the line of scrimmage. That's what they were expecting too for Jackson State to just grind it out. But it was a great game, and I'll be pulling for Alabama State in the FCS playoff. They ain't gonna win the SWAC. They ain't gonna win the SWAC East, but I'll be pulling for them in the FCS playoffs because they should be there, and I'm gonna be pulling for Body and all of them to go do their thing. Hopefully, they get in there and win. That's what I would be pulling for. I won't do like the Alabama State fans and say I hate Jackson State so much I want them to lose. I want Alabama State make them FCS playoffs. I'm pulling for Alabama State without a doubt. That's who I'm pulling for if they make the FCS playoff.
Ooh, is that even a possibility? That's a possibility. They can go to the
that's a possibility.
That's
a possibility.
Yeah, it's possible.
That's a possibility. And I'm pulling for them to go. Hopefully they can win out because they do have a good team. I ain't gonna sit here and lie like they don't have a good team. So they do have a good team. And hopefully they win out and they get a chance to play in the FCS playoffs.
Oh, they got the Turkey Classic, so they wouldn't be able to go.
Right, that's right. They ineligible. Yeah, they ineligible.
They wouldn't be able to go.
Because it starts the weekend that they play Tuskegee.
I mean, with all the different changes that they're doing, they could at least do that, change it, since they want people to participate so bad.
No, they're not going to change. That's the oldest black classic in HBCU football.
Well, she's talking about the playoffs. She's talking about the playoffs, Mr. Ford.
But they not going. Tuskegee. I mean, Alabama State makes a lot of money during that Thanksgiving weekend playing Tuskegee.
I would never ask them to do it. I was talking about the other people that they should do it.
Oh yeah.
That's right. They play the Turkey Day Classic, don't they? Yep.
Yeah, they play. Like I said, that's the oldest. That's the oldest black classic in HBCU football.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and in all honesty, we in HBCU, in all honesty, we only have 2 teams that's really FCS that could really be in the playoffs and possibly do something. And both of them in the SWAC East, Jackson State and Alabama State. The MEAC is down.
Delaware State.
Yeah, Delaware State can score some points. If Delaware State play Jackson State, Jacoby Morgan really don't have to throw a pass. Jackson State. If you watch Delaware State, they can score some points. Jackson State can rush for about 600 yards on Delaware State.
That's the truth. No, they play no
Jacobian don't have to throw a pass. Just get the same thing y'all saying. They just get back there and run. I like watching them play because they are exciting. They can't stop a nosebleed.
Yeah, they got a dynamic quarterback from I think he's from Sacramento State. He's really good.
Yeah, and that receiver that came from Jackson State, that transferred from Jackson State to Delaware State, he been playing pretty decent.
Yeah.
And they got some. They have athletes on offense. They have athletes.
Yeah, they play on offense.
It's like he sold out and put everything he have on offense, and his defense just a work in progress. But Jackson State will run for about 600 yards on Delaware. They can't stop nobody. They ain't gonna stop nobody. If you go look at their games like they really should have beat. I watched the first game. In the first game, the offense was really off when they played Delaware. They should have beaten Delaware. They should have been up 21-0 before Delaware ever scored. Then the offense been clicking ever since they got behind against Delaware, but the defense still ain't stopped nobody since the second quarter against Delaware. Defense ain't stopped nobody since the second quarter. You just go downfield on them. This reminded me of the FAMU game from last year with Jackson State. Somebody put in the chat while we was watching the stream, true championship teams gonna go through some adversity. And Jackson State went through some adversity today, just like they did against FAMU, just like they did against FAMU last year. And when everybody thought FAMU had them, and they showed out in the last 3 minutes to win the game. That defense on that goal line stands. That defense showed out. Now, I wasn't a fan of just giving body all that time, being in prevent, because what they say is the prevent only prevent you from winning. That's you ever heard that, Mr. Ford? The prevent defense.
That killed the Falcons 1 year against the Dallas Cowboys. Prevent. I hate it.
You from winning, and that's what right. Jackson State did on that last drive with 50 seconds. That's why he had so much time back there. They didn't force him to run around, burn nothing. I'm saying you could at least win at him once or twice, but they just let him have all that time. But fortunately, when TC say his defense told him, "Coach, don't worry about it. They ain't gonna score." They didn't score. It was a good game. It was a damn good game.
Yeah, I thought it met the hype.
Yeah, it met that. It damn sure met the hype. It damn sure met the hype.
Anybody could have won.
Yep. And in all honesty, Body played good. But like I said, that's about the most I'm gonna say, because I'm just gonna talk, because everybody talk about Body. I'm just gonna talk about Jacoby. But he did play. But Body played good. He slipped out of a lot of sacks that we had some piss poor tackling today. I think we should have sacked him about 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. That was some bad tackling. Yeah. And some missed tackle.
Yep.
That I'm not used to seeing from Jackson's defense. They're right. Now, the other thing was, from looking at it on TV, I thought it was more than 44,000 in there. They said that the NCAA is saying that it was 44,000 at the game. Looked like it means more than that. Huh?
I think it was 50.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought it was more than 44. I don't know if they holding the number down or what, but I thought from the shots they did on the TV, it looked like more than 44,000. I've seen 44,000. It looked more than that.
I'm just glad they counted the 44,000. I'll take it.
Yeah, that's what they said the other day. They said y'all had 44,000. And by the way, A&T didn't beat another colored school.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, they did. Another colored school beat them on their homecoming.
Another colored school?
Yeah, South Carolina State, that colored school out of Orangeburg.
Oh no!
But, you know, they had said they was gonna beat all the colored schools.
Damn, on their homecoming.
21,000. I think it was sold out.
22-16.
Yeah. They took Ryan out and played that other kid from James Madison. He pulled it out for him today.
I know they tired of getting beat by the colored schools, but Coach Gibbs
Yeah,
said
they've
been there, done that with HBCU football. They done been
well,
there.
they're still getting beat by the HBCUs.
They need to bring. They should have brought their back. Pardon my friend. They should have brought their behind back to the MEAC. Them in Hampton, Tennessee State. I'm gonna be honest. Logistically, the SWAC would be better, but I think they need to go to the MEAC. MEAC need more football teams, man.
Yes, they do. And a commissioner. Don't forget a commissioner.
Yeah, and a commissioner.
One that is competent with vision.
Whatever conference that is, they're constantly playing over there. Sacred Heart is the best. They beat Norfolk State. They beat Delaware State. Delaware State had them. Delaware State kind of got cheated in that game, but they beat Delaware State. Then they beat Howard today. I don't know what conference that is, but they the champions of the MEAC. Sacred Heart the champion.
Wants to know, were they competitive?
Who was that?
The Aggies. Were they competitive?
Yeah. Actually, they led at halftime. And South Carolina State came back. I think they were leading South Carolina State by 9 at half. Yeah, South Carolina State came back in the second half and beat them.
Dang.
At G-Ho.
At G-Ho.
At G-Ho.
Mr. Haynes ain't been on here a month of Sundays. South Carolina State pull out a win, and here he go. Hey, Mr. Haynes. Miss Rochelle said she was a mess. She couldn't take it and did not watch the last play. Yeah, I had to get some ginger ale and crackers. It was so bad. My stomach was toe up behind this game. So let's go ahead and look at the standings. I don't know if they have it updated, but I would think that Jackson State is now comfortably in the lead for the SWAC East, and then Prairie View.
Yeah.
I want to say Prairie View about to lock it up, ain't they?
Yeah, that's why I said get rid of divisions.
Why do you want to get rid of the divisions?
Because Jackson gonna beat the dog shit out of Prairie View.
They gonna beat the what?
You heard me.
Tell them again, Mr. Fo, gonna beat the dog doo-doo out. Gonna beat the dog doo-doo out.
Oh Lord, and I would like to see it. I would like to see it.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Do you know how many people were saying they want to see Alabama State versus Jackson State in December?
Listen, I'm telling you, if today's game didn't get you to understand that we need to get rid of the divisions, hey, you'll never see it. Because that's the first thing I told my wife. I said, that's why we got to get rid of them divisions. Because I'm telling you, it's going to, listen, I've seen Prairie View. I saw Prairie View play Alcorn. To be honest with you, Alcorn should have beat them. Alcorn should have beat them.
But when I say
you are right. They should have won. Speaking of Alcorn, G can take a shower now.
Yes.
G can take a shower now.
You know, the other thing that stood out today was, if you're going to be a power in HBCU football, you have to have an outstanding quarterback. You can't get around it. We can't have that manager type quarterback. We have to have stars. And we had 2 stars playing today. And that's why their teams are good. Because to be honest with you, that Alabama State team to me is a young team. But they got a star quarterback. Okay? And that's one of the things that these coaches got to realize. You got to have a star at quarterback in the MEAC and in the SWAC.
Well, you know what? What's interesting is that our dynamic quarterbacks are all on the East. So Cam Ransom, at Bethune-Cookman is definitely a dynamic quarterback that has been getting it done over there. It was nice to see the energy from Coach Woody, because he's real subdued in the coach's calls. You know, he doesn't say too much, but he was really excited about this win, and I think that they have something over there. The defense, you know, it's iffy at times,
right?
But the fact that Southern got blown out like that, and Southern was on a bye week, what does that say about Southern's program?
That means that they gonna get an ass whooping. Is it next week when Prairie View come down there? In Southern's homecoming next week.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what's gonna happen to them next week, in front of all them Southernites, in front of all them Jaguars.
I want to know how many people watch the game on ESPNU, because that's all HBCUs have been talking about all week was Jackson State, Alabama State. I listen to HBCU nightly. Oh my God, I can't wait till Monday. I don't even know why I came up, but I got to go in there and I'm gonna mess with them, or I'm gonna go with the truck body. A truck ain't nothing they can do with body. Another group of people that just looked over Morgan. So I got to get in their chat and let them know. But
Morgan?
Yeah, so they just look past Jacoby Morgan to talk about body greatness.
The Celebration Bowl MVP, they overlooked him.
Yeah, to just brag on body. See, I told that athleticism get you every time. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with being athletic. I like body. But people gonna put some respect on Jacoby. Respect it. When they say Jacoby and Morgan name, respect it. And they gonna have to respect, because man, everybody was just, I'm over there and I'm in the chat, everybody just pulling against Jackson State. I'm like, why do MEAC people hate Jackson State so much? I'm like, oh my goodness. So I just want to know how many people how many people watching the game. I know I had a couple buddies who didn't know it was coming on, and I told them, and they text me, and they were watching the game. And they were watching the game. I just want to know how many people. I wonder if we got 200,000-300,000 people to tune in. We should have, the way everybody, because this is the game everybody was talking about. And I know everybody had their own school.
They were calling it the game of the year.
Yeah, this the game everybody was all the HBCU channels was talking about was this game. So
I'm gonna tell one thing about Jacobian. I don't see anybody throw a better deep ball than he throw. He really throws that deep ball. And when I mean that deep ball, when he hits you in space, that pass is 35 or longer, he can really throw that deep. That's his best pass to me, is the deep ball. When he hits him in space, yeah, his deep ball is outstanding. Now, I told Mr. Mona, he reminds me of a guy from way back. It was a guy played for the Oakland Raiders named Darryl LaMonica. They called him the Mad Bomber. And that's why and that, was it Rembrandt? Them guys go get it, baby. When he put it up, they like bird dogs. They go get it.
Look at this last play. Look at this last play.
Mm-hmm. Oh, somebody whoever that defender was, I can't see the number. He fielded that play. Was that a linebacker?
That's Ashton Taylor. You talking about
number 3? He fielded that. Listen, that's a big time play right there, baby. He diagnosed it and he went and stopped it. Look at him.
He's in the backfield.
He's in the middle of the field. Yeah, he's at linebacker. He went and he stopped that play because that play could have scored. That play could have scored. That guy went, man, he was like a heat-seeking missile. Yeah. He saved the game.
Do you know he saved our game in Montgomery last time too? You really could have just ran it straight up the middle. It's right there.
Well, it was a good play call. It's a good play call.
I want to say they already ran this play call though. I want to say
it really was an RPO. He could have run it, but he decided to give it up. It was a great play by that linebacker. That linebacker made a great play on that. This guy he runs he's in the middle of the field. He runs to the sideline, cuts it off, and stops that play. You know you're supposed to draw a circle around him. You know you're supposed to do the telestrator thing. You're supposed to draw.
I don't have the telestrator. Okay,
I was about to say you're supposed to draw a circle around him.
He's right
so
there.
That people can see. Yeah, that's him in the middle.
He right there on the tee.
Yeah.
He's actually kind of like he's setting like a spy, right? Wherever body go, you go. That's your responsibility.
Oh yeah. He made a great. Now, what's his classification? How many years does he? Yeah, how many years does he have left?
Was to contain body.
Huh?
I think he has one more.
Oh, he's gonna be.
So we already had one person that's off the ball, right? One defender that's off the ball.
Mm-hmm.
That he's gonna get body, right? He can get body, but like you said, he passed it to him, so he's the first defender got body.
That's a great play all over the world. Okay, that's a great play.
All he had to do was reach out and touch, and it would have been a touchdown.
It was a great play. Good one here.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for coming up, Brother Bakari and Uncle Orange, Mr. Ford. It has been a game for the ages.
Yes, it was. That was a great game. I was thoroughly entertained. But I'm gonna say this again, guys. I didn't think that Alabama State could play Jackson that close. I didn't believe that. And like I said, for me, the Achilles heel, I thought that Jackson State's offensive line would be too dominant on Alabama State's front four. And like I told you, the only thing I disagreed with was when they went up by 11, I thought that they were going to turn the game plan over to the offensive line and those running backs. That's what I thought initially.
Oh, Mr. Ford. So, I mean, let's look at the schedule, what we have left on the clock. I mean, up for, outside of now, what do we have left? Some big matchups still. Grambling versus Southern. That's still a big matchup.
Oh, yeah.
Fairview versus Southern, still a big matchup.
Oh, yeah.
For Jackson State, I'm not going to just be disrespectful and say that we're going to run through the rest of the SWAC like that. So what I will say is there's some things that each game will bring, right? And what I mean by that is Alabama State puts you to the test it tested our defense, tested the defense, tested your offense on the ability to under 2 minutes. Can you drive down and score?
Yeah, well, they tested your resiliency too today. And they found out that they have it and you have it too. Both of these teams are resilient. When they're down, they don't stay down. They come back to play because that lead kept changing. That lead just kept changing.
Right. And that's one of those things where, for me as a fan, I was breaking down like in the privacy of my own home, kind of like Jerome was saying. Like Jerome said, he was pacing back and forth. For me, I'm thinking that for the rest of the season, it's going to be all about tweaking and trying different things. When you have the ability to go against a Bethune-Cookman, right? Cam Ransom is a dynamic quarterback. Their defense is not. Jackson State should be able to run in past on Bethune-Cookman.
Right.
But for us, we're going to be able to try some things against Valley in terms of other matchups. Some of our players are healing or they've been banged up, so they'll be able to recover while some other players get some more playing time. So we'll be able to to see how matchups are, just substituting and trying different things, fine tuning.
How many games are left in the regular season now?
Let me see. We have Bethune, Valley. Who else do we got left? Bethune and Valley and Grambling and Alcorn.
So it's four games left.
Well, for some people, I want to say, FAMU got an extra game, remember?
Yeah, they got to play Valley during the Thanksgiving holiday.
Right.
Yeah.
So, we got 5. So we got FAMU. Do you see any concerns with FAMU?
Only thing is that the only people going to be there is Jackson State people, because the FAMU people saying they're not coming.
So we're gonna build. So you're saying
gonna take over the stadium? No, you're gonna take over this.
Can go to the FAMU game because the Rattlers ain't showing up. The Rattlers
ain't. They, I don't. From what I'm hearing, some of them saying they might not even go to homecoming, even though the game is a sellout. But they not gonna come down there because they already know that Jackson's gonna try to do a 50 burger on them, and they don't want to see it.
Not y'all letting Jackson State take over Bragg.
Yeah, Jackson's gonna take over their stadium. And there'll be what's blue, red, and white right down there in Jackson. I mean in Tallahassee, because they people ain't gonna come. Now if Coach is still coaching, if he's still down there, they not, because they are so through with him. Well, I told you before. You said something this summer that was so on point when you talked about the the problems they was having in the president's office, problems they was having in the athletic administration office. And you're right. And it's done a lot of damage to their program, because right now they need an AD to step up and stop the bleeding. And they don't have it. I mean, I think they got an interim. But hey, if I was him, I'd make a move tomorrow morning.
I mean, realistically speaking, all I'm gonna say is I've got the to replay the different, we all were watching when they had 20 people on the coaching search. Like, it really didn't take you 20 people on a committee, a 20-person committee to try to find a coach. And then you guys picked the wrong person, and you spent $100,000 on. You guys spent $100,000 on a head coach search, and you still picked the wrong person.
I mean, yes, they did.
That the 20 people, the 20-person committee, anybody that was involved in pushing Colsey forward, it seems to me like y'all need to be the ones sitting out, because obviously y'all don't know how to pick your coach, and then you're not even giving him time to develop his program.
Mr. Mona, he's an embarrassment. He's got to go. It's obvious that he's definitely not a head coach. And to be honest with you, this year you're supposed to be the co-defense coordinator. He's not too good at that either. So, my thing is, make a move tomorrow. Make Henry Burris the interim head coach. Let's look at him. Let's see, the ability. What can he do?
Some new draws, okay? Let's get some fresh laundry. If you're going to let the head coach go in the middle of the season, which is diabolical. Good Lord. Y'all are letting head coaches go in the middle of the season?
Yeah, but he deserves it.
I mean, they still trying to figure out whether or not the AD is coming back or not. Right? The AD?
Yeah.
No?
Well, like I told you, the crew that I worked with, they want her to get lost. That's their word for her.
They said the NFL star method worked for Deshaun. Hire like you said, Mr. Ford, we don't need any more experiments. We need championship coaching. But for me, I feel like you should just let him play out the rest of the games.
Yeah.
They got the same. Do they have the same or worse? They've won one game this season against Albany State.
And I was there. And Albany State dominated them the first half. And by the way, they started Jet Petty today.
That's what the folks was asking for, and it didn't do no different. If anything, it was worse.
Yeah, I think he threw 3 interceptions.
If I was Coach Cozy, I would have just kept playing my quarterback. The coach knows, he sees them in practice, so he knows who should be quarterback, and he knew Jet Petty wasn't it. But y'all were over here like, Jet Petty, start Jet Petty, and now he throwing 3 interceptions. So, I mean, realistically speaking, the SWAC is on the east side. Jackson State takes a comfortable lead since we beat Alabama State, and they're like the front runner.
Oh, that's right. You're right. Hey, I was happy for Jency Riley today. I was happy for him. I think he scored a touchdown.
Yes, he did. Jacobian threw it over the defender, and he leaped to get it, and he got it.
Yeah,
definitely. That was great. He did some good blocking as well. I remember you were saying like the importance of using the tight end.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
like I like 2 of them.
Huh?
I like it when they go 2 tight ends. 2 wide receivers, 2 tight. I think is that 12? That they call that the 12 package or 13 package or something.
Mm-hmm.
That was made famous by you remember Joe Gibbs? Remember Joe Gibbs? And then the other guy was named Don Coryell.
I remember you saying Don Coryell.
Yeah, Don Coryell. He made that popular, playing 2 tight ends, about 1 running back, and 2 wide receivers. And then Joe Gibbs brought that to the Washington Redskins.
Wow. So I'm glad that we won. Thank God. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Good Lord. "12 personnel, 1 running back, 2 tight ends." The Hog Express.
Yeah. And it was called the San Diego Chargers. They had Kessler Winslow at the wing tight, Greg McCrary. They had Charlie Joyner, guy named Wes Chandler. Chuck Muncie was the running back. Dan Fouts was the quarterback. That was a dynamic offense. They called that Air Coryell.
Well, Mr. Ford, next week, MEAC football starts. You know
Good. Oh, yeah. Can't wait.
So
let me ask you this. So if they played tonight, if it was South Carolina State against North Carolina Central, pick one. Who would you get an edge to?
North Carolina Central.
Okay.
Now do North Carolina Central versus Delaware State.
Ooh.
Because that's what it is next week, Mr. Ford.
Not that's in Dover. That's in Durham.
In Durham.
Oh. Is that televised?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta watch that.
I think that they should be elevating it because they've been elevating Coach Deshaun Jackson's game.
Yeah, that's right. I saw something about him. Yeah, you're right. I saw something about him. One of his games going to ESPNU or something.
So that's ESPN. Next Saturday at 1 p.m.
Oh, I hate them one. So they got.
I could actually probably go to that game.
That's gonna be a goodie.
Delaware State can make
but
it.
But now listen, usually, Trey mistreats them rookie coaches. You know that, right?
What you mean? He gives them a butt whooping and lets
Yes,
them know.
he does, and send them back wherever they come from. Because y'all got mad because I said that don't mention Trey's name with Terrence Graves' name. Remember, y'all got upset about that?
Not on Trey's level.
That's right. He's not on Trey's level. But Trey got a way of mistreating rookies.
Well, he didn't mistreat Chennis Berry.
Oh, Chennis got him last year. And they got to play in Durham this year because last year the game was in Orangeburg.
Gone said the Magic City Classic trophy to Jackson. Lord, ooh, that's a big matchup. Alabama State versus Alabama A&M.
Yeah, that is. Right now, I'm. You know what? I just think that State's hot. State is hot. I want to see State play Prairie View too. That's gonna be interesting.
Is TC on Trey's level?
Now TC is above Trey. TC is the top black HBCU coach right now. He's number one.
The Southern folks is pissed, Mr. Ford. You know what's funny? Everything that you've been saying since the past couple of weeks when we're like, oh, Mr. Ford, don't say that. Don't say that. Just wait and see. That's exactly what they're calling for. Today. Tonight.
I'm trying to tell you.
Everything that you've been saying.
You got to remember, listen. Everything that Jackson is doing, Southern is supposed to be doing it too. They're supposed to be doing it. And if they're not doing it, that's why I call Southern University's football program a sleeping giant. That's what they are. And right now, they're just horrible. They're not even mediocre. They're losers. But I've said it over and over. They don't have an AD that can correct that program. No. Put Roman Banks on the clock.
They just renewed his contract about a year.
Yeah, listen. Take that money and give it to the March of Dimes.
A March of Dimes?
Yeah.
Give it to the March of Dimes.
Yeah, take that money and give it to the March of Dimes.
All right, so Valley lost to Alabama A&M 45-25. Valley showed a really strong game to begin with, but then, of course, it looks like Quad Brown is out.
But what happened?
Maybe he wasn't out, but Hanley throws for touchdowns. Edward runs for 2, and Alabama A&M beats Valley 45-25.
Okay.
Alcorn beat first of all, Lincoln was able to come back, but Lincoln was able to come back with their players, of course, and actually attend a game because they canceled the last 2 games. But Alcorn State beat Lincoln 42-0.
Okay, can this be the last year that we put Lincoln on any SWAC schedules? Lincoln, what's that other school?
So the only thing that I would have to say
Virginia, Lynchburg. Can we not play them? Can we not play any of them, what I call Bush League schools? We got 12 schools in the SWAC. You can play, and by the way, can we add 9? Can we go to 9 games mandatory? Could we do that? Could you ask the, he listens to you. You have his ear.
He does not listen to me, Mr.
Oh, yeah,
Ford.
he does. He listens to you. So could you ask him, could we go to a 9-game minimum that everybody has to play 9 SWAC games? Could you ask that?
Okay, I'll make sure to ask that.
Yeah, please. And please throw in that we're sick and tired of divisions. We want we want an elimination of divisions.
I do not want to play. I am so glad that we got that game out the way and that we don't have to play them again for a sudden elimination game. We beat them. We not seeing them in the SWAC championship, and I'm happy about that. I'm excited. I'm ecstatic. Thank you. As far as like the Lincoln of the world, the VUL, these programs need funding for their programs just like we need funding for our programs. Do you know that the same sentiments that you have about those programs is how they talk about, is how the Power Five talks about us? Like when Grambling State went and played Ohio State, they were like, bro, why are we playing them?
I wish they would outlaw that and make them Power Five schools have at least 10. Listen, make them have 10 FBS games, no less than 10. Okay, stop beating up on. Hey, stop beating up on Grambling and you know them other FCS schools. Okay, play 10 FBS games.
Listen. They're like, why are we playing this school? Seriously, the same way. But if they eliminate those games, you're gonna have a lot of athletic departments that are going to be eliminated. So the same way that folks talk about why are you playing this non-league school, because that's how they talk about HBCUs, and they say much worse. I don't think that we should say that about the Lincolns of the world and the Westgates. I think that we should have money games for them too. And for a poverty program, I'm not saying poverty, excuse me. For a program that is in a slump right now, Alcorn State needed this win, okay? They needed it bad. And I fear that there's a possibility that they don't win another game. They needed this.
Listen, you could put Lincoln in Division III and they wouldn't win any games. Okay, you could put them in Division III. You possibly could put them in a high school division, and they might not win up. So what are we gaining by playing them people? Nothing.
They gained a win, Mr. Ford. They would not have won, and they had a nice homecoming. It's better than being like A&T where you sell out 20,000 and you really think you got something going, like football wise. You're growing your team, and then you guys still end up losing.
Okay. Well, I want to say this. The SWAC looked really good on ESPNU today. You know what? There are so many FBS programs jealous of the crowd that Jackson had today, because that was a big time crowd.
Who was jealous? I bet you we don't have no more.
Them FBS schools. Do you know that some FBS schools, they can't draw crowds like that? And I still say it was more than 44,000 people there today.
I think that they're going to probably the attendance awards for the season are probably done for home attendance. I think Magic City Classic will probably have 70,000.
Yeah, they'll do 70. Might do more than that, because that's going to be a really big game. Now that's what, the 25th. When's that game?
Yeah,
that's going to be a big game.
Lincoln only got $10,000 to come. Oh my God, that's
wait a minute. They only got $10,000 to come to Alcorn?
There's no way that's possible.
Is that what you're saying?
That's what they said, but there's no way that that's even possible. Some of the SCF schools are jealous too. Ooh, say it with. I think we're done for the season when it comes to attendance awards. I loved it. I would have wanted a better showing from Alabama State, but I get it, right?
Yeah, did they bring a big crowd today? Did Alabama State bring a big crowd?
No.
Okay.
The home side was packed out like sardines. The visitor crowd, it was a little bit, it was way more than FAMU though.
Okay. Because Bama State, that crowd usually travels.
I would have been pissed if my car caught on fire, but yeah. Some cars caught on fire.
Yeah, I heard you say 6 cars caught on fire.
Yeah.
That needs to be investigated because that's not good.
So they're saying that it was basically one car caught on fire. Someone popped the trunk to extinguish, but the oxygen made it burn faster and spread.
Oh. Yeah, that needs to be checked. That needs to be up.
They bought 400 people plus the band. Well, that means they bought like 800 people. Oh, they said Bama was decent. They bought a couple thousand. They said Bama State did pretty decent on the opposing side. I'm so glad I go to JSU. I'm so glad. Ticket prices keeping fans away. Mr. Haynes, I think the tickets were like $40. That's not bad at all. $40. It's not that bad. So they said that they did decent. So my apologies. Alabama State showed up. North Carolina Central beat Florida A&M to sleep. It's like, what a program turnaround. Like, you went from literally going undefeated in your home for like years to now dropping 2 games at home. You're 1-2 at home. That has to be. And then Grambling is 0-2 in the SWAC. They lost to Prairie View. Did they lose to Prairie View? Who did they lose to? They lost. So Texas Southern is 3-3, and they're 3-1 in the SWAC. So, yeah. FAMU lost a really good coach today. Who did they lose? Ooh, Ed said that you guys will spend $40 on some catfish, but not to see your team play. Oh, Grambling got UAPB next.
Oh, that's in Grambling or that's in Pine Bluff?
I want to say it's in Pine Bluff. That's terrible. Like Mr. Ford, what do you say? Willie gone and Smitty too, huh, Mr. Ford?
Smitty Rock, man. Smitty Rock gone. They ain't played no defense since Smitty Rock left.
Damn.
You know, it's been, less than 2 years since they won the Celebration Bowl, right? They won it in 24, right?
No, we won it in 24.
They won it in 23.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But now they just embarrassing. Like I said, they're not even mediocre. They losers. Man, they made a bad. Listen, that was a bad choice. That program, woof.
Well, who do you trust to make a good hire? You over there talking about hire somebody with championship pedigree, and then you proceed to offer up a coach that has not won a championship yet.
Now, you mean for FAMU?
Yeah.
I told you. Now, personally, I've said this, and you've heard me. You know me, and you talked about this. I think it's Quinn Gray's time. I think it's Quinn Gray. But my thing is, give Henry Burris 5 games to show you what he can do. But I personally believe, because I've told you, FAMU believes in inbreeding. That goes back to Coach Gaither. Even though he was an outsider, he was not a FAM graduate. He was a Knoxville College graduate.
We believe in inbreeding too, Mr. Ford. We've been inbreeding.
Yeah. Inbreeding means you believe in your people. And there's nothing wrong with that.
But, just because you inbreed doesn't mean you're going to get better results.
Well, I'm going to just say this. I do agree with those FAMU people who say the next man up should be Quinn Gregg. I agree with that.
I feel like it's probably going to be one of those situations where, you're going to have to commit to giving your coach a couple years to get it situated. This stuff doesn't happen overnight. Like,
you're absolutely right. But listen, this experiment is over. It failed. It's over. This experiment with Coach Cozy, it's over. It's over.
I think Bethune-Cookman has a strong chance of finishing third in the division. Do you think that he deserves some more time?
Yeah, if he finishes third, yes.
Because he's currently in third, and I remember telling you, like, it's early off in the season, and I saw his offense, and I like what he's doing with it. I know he did drop a game. I want to say was it Texas Southern? He dropped a game, and it was really, really bad. But I honestly think that these programs, which everybody knows, prior to NIL, it took a good 3 years to build a team. Now you have NIL where you're having to rebuild every year. You got to rebuild every year.
Well, yeah, everything now is yearly. You're right. Everything is yearly now. Yeah, with the NIL, transfer portal, everything is yearly.
And so
that's why they're going out getting these, like your guy, Big Coach O. He's a general manager because everything is yearly now.
Right. And so with that being said, Jackson State is able to repeat and run through the SWAC after having to replace, I want to say at 4 coaches, right? So we replaced Chris Orr was our linebacker coach, I want to say.
Right.
And then we had defensive line, Callie James.
Right.
He was calling the plays this year instead of hiring a new offensive coordinator. And we've had the same defensive coordinator for 2 years. But my point is that it's not something that's by happenstance. So Jackson State being able to dominate last year and then coming into this year being able to dominate again, one of the main things is keeping the same quarterback. You can definitely see the progression of Jacobian Morgan's game from last year to this year. You can see the poise. You can see the off the training that he did over the summer, how it's working and stuff like that. You can see it.
Oh, yeah.
He was already good, but this is like enhancing the greatness. So you can see that translate being underneath the same regime, being underneath the same coaches. So, having the same strength and conditioning, having the nutrition that you need, having the workout in the spring that they have, spring, and then you have summer, having those kids come in early so that they start a semester early so they're already doing their strength and conditioning. Like, when you're a program and you don't have those things, you guys are asking for coaches to turn water into wine. Because a lot of those
we're not asking them to turn water into wine. We're asking them to compete and be a perennial power. That's what we're asking.
That's even worse. A perennial power? That sounds like that sounds
It
like a
can
lot
be
of
done.
work for.
Well, you have to understand that there are certain schools, if you can't be a perennial power, you can't work at that school. You can't be the head coach. And Jackson's one of them. Southern's one of them. Florida A&M is one of them. North Carolina A&T is one of them. Grambling is one of them. If you can't be a perennial power, then you can't stay there.
So what do you think that TC has that just where he was able to hit the jackpot? What do you think that was?
Well, first of all, he put together a solid staff, okay? But what he did was he did the Bear Bryant thing. He gave the program back to the small towns in Mississippi. For a little while, that looked like Jackson was neglecting the kids from the small towns in Mississippi. TC has reversed that. The center part of his program now is he wants those kids from them small towns in Mississippi. And it's been really great for him. Okay? If you go back and study Bear Bryant, that's what he did when he was at Alabama. He catered to the kids from those small towns. That's what TC's doing. I mean, he got Travis Terrell, he's from Atlanta, but the majority of them kids, that's a Mississippi team.
So basically, we just got the magic. Well,
yeah, you do. You got it. I mean, like I told you before, you're ground zero for HBCU football. You got the top coach in HBCU football. You got the biggest stadium in HBCU football. You got the most rabid fans in HBCU. Yeah, you got it going on. You got it going on. No doubt about it.
Well, I'm going to just say right now, with the NIL landscape, I mean, because there's no reason for Southern to have some of the players that they have on their team, and they're not able to, they can't muster up nothing.
Well, like I've told you over and over, winning starts at the top. I don't even know who Southern's president is. I know you told me one night. I don't know. Okay? I've never been impressed with Roman Banks when it comes to football. I thought the worst thing he did was that whole thing with Dawson Owens. I thought he mishandled that, and they have not recovered from that since. He's brought in several people, and they've all been zeros. Okay? So I continue to say, put Roman Banks under the microscope. Put him under the microscope.
Yeah, because I mean, this is the thing, when you choose wrong, you cost your program a lot of money.
Yes, you do.
Invested a lot of time into these coaches, the coaching staff, the program. They've made donations, and now you're getting ready to have to get a whole nother regime.
Yes, like I said, several of these schools got to start over. Southern's one, Florida A&M is one. Okay, maybe Alcorn. Okay, y'all want my school? Y'all want me to say the Gramblin's one, right? Y'all sick of making jokes? I'm just asking because one night y'all was on me about Grambling, and I told you I feel like he gets another year. But man.
Like I said, the only thing that I would have to say about this is, and I'll say it again, especially after this and how it went down to the wire and Jackson State was still able to come out on top. The one thing that I would probably say is that don't fire your coach because he loses to TC Taylor. You're going to have to give these programs the same grace that you gave these programs underneath Prime, because that's how dominant Jackson State has been. So if you're going to fire the coach, fire him because of he's lost in other places or hasn't pulled out wins in other situations. But don't fire him because he hasn't beaten Jackson State, because Jackson State is just that dominant. Like, I want to say that it's probably the toughest game in the SWAC, at least, that Jackson State will face was Alabama State. And so if you're going to say, hey, we need to change, don't change because of TC. Unless TC leaves, I don't see, I see in the program all the young guys that are behind these guys. And then I'm also seeing the young guys from last year that were behind the guys that were dominant last year. And we're seeing them step up to the plate. So we had Philip Webb, and we had some others that were on the team. Robert McDaniel. We had some of these players and they have left. We've had Irv Mulligan, who has left. And Jackson State said, okay, next man up, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And it's worked.
Well, like I've told you before, as long as Ashley Robson is your athletic director, your vice president of athletics, your program will be in sound condition. Okay. That's what Southern doesn't have. They don't have an outstanding athletic director. And I don't know who their president is.
Wow.
And by the way, I was a shocker for me that Texas beat, I didn't see the game, but I heard it, that Texas beat Oklahoma today. I was shocked about that.
You talking about
what they call it, the Red River Classic, huh?
Where Archie Manning is at?
Yeah, they beat Oklahoma today in Dallas, Texas at the Cotton Bowl.
Welfare in the SWAC.
What they say? Miss Whitney, what's welfare in the SWAC? What's that all about? Yeah, Texas beat Oklahoma and beat them convincingly, 23-6. So these last 2 weeks, I think, been pretty bad on the Manning kid, hasn't it? Because they was ready to give him the Heisman. He was going to be the #1 draft choice. He was boy wonder. He could do no wrong. Okay, and then the first one to bust that bubble, I think, was Ohio State.
Mr. Ford, can you be Arkansas's new coach? We need you. Arkansas.
Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute.
Arkansas. I'm so glad I went to JSU. I'm so glad I went to JSU. Singing glory, hallelujah. Woo! Baby. Oh, I feel so much better. That ginger ale did me good because I was distraught. Do you hear me? I was absolutely distraught. Like, how I'm gonna fix it? I didn't know how I was gonna fix it. I had no idea how I was gonna fix that one. I just want to give a shout out to all the fellow folks in the SWAC.
Man, hey, write a check your ass can cash, man. That's all I can say. Man, hey, write a check your ass can cash, man. That's all I can say. Man, hey, write a check your ass can cash, man. That's all I can say. Man, hey, write a.
When's the last time you talked to Perry?
Right before Southern took a nosedive.
Yeah, I remember he was on your show.
And it's been bad ever since. Like, how are they gonna fix it?
Well, like I said, I think it starts at the top. Because it makes no sense, man, for you to be in the capital city of Baton Rouge. Listen, the legacy, the history of Southern University. This is the school that gave you Arnett Mumford, Pete Richardson. They got Hall of Famers, right? They got a Harold Carmichael, Aeneas Williams. I mean, you 50 or 60 miles from New Orleans? All them ball players in New Orleans?
It's 30 minutes, Mr. Ford. I don't know how they're going to fix it.
I do. I told you, start at the top. Go get an AD or get a general manager that knows how to build a football program. Yeah. That's how you fix it.
You just going to get rid of them?
Listen, do whatever you got to do, because Southern is underachieving, and they've been underachieving now for some years. I'm going to be honest with you. Southern ain't had a decent team since about 2019, and this is 2025.
2019. They've been winning the SWAC West.
I told you. You talking about that last year's team?
The one before that one, when before they
Dooley was there?
Yeah.
You talking about Dooley?
Yeah.
Okay, they kept Dooley, what, 2 years?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, go back and look at the guys that Roman Banks has chosen since the departure of Dawson Odoms. Okay? Go back and look at them.
Mr. Ford said, it ain't the same.
Nope.
Okay. Well, any last words for week 7 of college football?
Yes. Wait a minute. Now, read off the schedule for next week. Who plays next week?
Let's see. Let's look at these games for next week.
Right.
In the SWAC. So let's look up these various matchups and see what we got. So in terms of the SWAC schedule for next week,
right, we
are going to see some great matchups.
Okay.
Braxton, be quiet. My son is going, I don't know what he's doing. He's playing some type of game. He's over there screaming. All right. Let's see. All right, so that's going to be the 17th, right? Well, Jackson State is on a bye week.
Okay.
Because, we're getting ready to go to Vegas.
Okay, is that next week? Is the big? Is it Southern's homecoming next week, right?
Yes. So it's Prairie View at Southern, Alcorn State at Florida A&M.
That's homecoming too for Florida A&M.
You just said ain't nobody coming. They should go to that game. They might actually win that.
It's a sellout, so it's up to them. The game is already sold out.
Grambling State at Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Okay.
Virginia Lynchburg at Texas Southern. Lincoln at Valley. Alcorn State at Florida A&M, and then Prairie View at Southern. So the matchup for next week is, of course, going to be
Prairie View and Southern.
Prairie and Southern, right?
Yeah, that's gonna be a big game. Could you look and see what games in the MEAC next week?
Well, I named out the big one, right?
And that's Delaware State against Central.
Well, actually, that one's in 2 weeks. I'm sorry. Delaware
Okay.
South Carolina Central's in 2 weeks. So the only one that I see on here is Howard versus Tennessee State.
Oh, yeah, that's Tennessee State's homecoming in Nashville.
Yeah, that's the one that I see.
Yeah, that's my niece and my sister-in-law, and them will be there.
Then it's going to be on the 25th, Delaware State versus North Carolina Central, South Carolina State versus Norfolk State.
Is that next week?
No, that's on the 25th too.
No, I'm saying, did you read the games from the 17th?
That's the only one that's on there is Howard versus Tennessee State. I'm guessing everybody else got a bye week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the only ones that I see on here are Howard versus Tennessee State for the 18th. Everybody else must be on a bye week. Getting ready for conference play. Mr. Haynes said South Carolina State is off. So Delaware State and North Carolina Central have a bye week. South Carolina State and Norfolk State have a bye week. Morgan State has a bye week.
Oh, okay.
So everyone has a bye week except for Howard. So
okay.
It's really going to be a off week
for the MEAC.
For us too. I'm gonna take a week off, Mr. Ford.
Okay, so you're not gonna do Tuesday and Thursday?
Do you want to talk about Prairie View versus Southern and their matchup?
Yeah, but let's do it Friday night. It's always better when we do it Friday.
Because what are we talking about here? I mean, I could definitely. MEAC has multiple bye weeks. Post Odoms, Jason Rollins, Eric Dooley, Terrence Grave, no game-changing coach.
Right. And they were all chosen by Roman Banks. Oh. And by the way, didn't he, he gave that, now I don't know, but the rumor was he gave Dooley $600,000 to go away.
See what I'm saying? You paying all these coaches to leave and stuff?
Yeah, they said he gave Dooley $600,000. Now that might not be true, but I had heard it something like they gave Dooley a little bag to go home with. I'll see Dooley in 2 weeks. Did I tell you that?
In Clark, Atlanta?
Yeah. He's bringing in, that's Coach Brian Jenkins. That's Noah Biden. They're coming to
Clark, Atlanta. Didn't Zy McDonald get injured?
And they got blew out today by Albany State, Quinn Gray.
I think that he got injured and he won't be back.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Dooley was owed 2 years on his contract. Damn.
Yeah.
How many years?
They gave him a bag to go home with.
How many years does Coach Colsey do on his contract?
He was originally given 3 years, right? Or 2 years. Was it 3 years?
The same way that you gave your basketball coach a 1 year contract, that's what you should have done with your football coach. Because then you wouldn't be on the hook for all the money that you got to come up with.
I don't think that's going to really be a big deal to come up with that money, because I think them people down there is in Tallahassee are just straight tired of the Cozy show. They ready for him to go. He's an embarrassment.
Y'all chose him. And let's be clear, that wasn't somebody that was put up for that was somebody that they chose. They were not.
Yeah, they did. Like I said, it was a bad decision. I mean, it was a really bad decision.
So who's going to take accountability for that? Who gets the blame for that? For choosing that coach after having a $100,000 coaching search?
Yeah, listen. Administration is always responsible for everything.
But they hijacked that process. So now who takes the blame? Does the what do you call them? The board of trustees take the blame for that?
Yeah.
That was a hijacked coaching hire process.
Yeah.
Literally taken out of the hands of the AD and placed in the hands of a committee and what other people wanted to do.
And by the way, I meant to tell you, I didn't say anything about it earlier. I was really impressed with the University of Missouri today.
They lost.
Yeah, but they look good. Listen, they fought. They fought the Crimson Tide now.
They lost at home.
Yeah, but they fought. It was, I didn't, listen. They played well. I mean, yeah, they lost, but
didn't Alabama lose this year to somebody?
Florida State.
Yeah, and then didn't Florida State start losing?
Florida State is 0-3 in the ACC.
They are going off about it.
Yeah. But anyway, I was impressed with Missouri today. I remember when I was growing up, Missouri had a guy named Tony Galbraith. You ever heard that name?
Tony Galbraith. Yes, I do know that name.
Tony Galbraith.
Where do I know that name from?
He played for the New Orleans Saints. He and Chuck Muncie were the backfield for Hank Stram.
Mm-hmm.
His name was Tony. I mean, the coach was named Warren Powers. That's back in the 70s.
Oh, last thing before you leave. Mm-hmm. Tennessee State's OVC is breaking apart. They're leaving in droves.
That's not surprising.
Like, I want to say there was I want to say there was multiple announcements for people leaving. It came out in the last 24 hours. They've left the conference. Mm-hmm. And now it's kind of like, damn, all these folks leaving?
Well, Tennessee State will go and join the Peach Belt, knowing them, because they backwards too. They'll probably go and join the Peach Belt.
Oh, you think that instead of Tennessee Tech, they just think that they're above HBCUs, and so they'll do that, or they'd rather just not.
I want you to find that decision. It was called the Weissman decision. It was handed out, I think, 79, 80, 81. And basically it said the TSU was no longer HBCU. We call them that because the majority of their students are Black. But technically, I don't even think they're HBCU. We got to look up that. It's a decision call. Get some of your Miss Whitley, if y'all get a chance, look up this thing. It was a court case concerning Tennessee State in the late 70s, early 80s, called the Weissman decision. If you can't see, if y'all can research it and find it, so we can go over it on the show.
This Weissman, oh no,
it's called the Weissman decision.
Middle school.
Huh?
Weissman.
Weissman, yeah, it was a decision concerning Tennessee State University and the consolidation of Tennessee State with UT Nashville at the time. Brandy, if you can find it, or Dr. Kanisha, if y'all can find it.
Tennessee State.
Yeah, it was a court case. It was a consolidation of Tennessee State with UT Nashville.
All I hear is the Geyer lawsuit. I don't see Weissman. I see
you don't see the what?
No, I see Geyer lawsuit and decree, which says that Gray ordered the creation of desegregation monitoring committee to oversee the desegregation of public higher education in Tennessee. 12-member committee was composed of the executive officer and 3 members from each of the state's 3 higher education bodies, UT, Tennessee Board of Regents, and THEC. And it says that after a final hearing in fall 1976, Judge Gray gave his final ruling on January 31st. He ordered a merger of UT at Nashville with Tennessee State University into a university to be a part of a Board of Regents system that the merger be completed by the 1980s. It was the first time a court had ordered a traditionally white campus to merge into a historically Black one, with the Black institution surviving.
Well, in name only. That's what they did. They kept Tennessee State's name, but they kind of gutted them.
Oh, I see it. It says, in 1996, the state asked Wiseman to dismiss Grier's case on the grounds that the new standard set by United States versus Fordyce had been met. Wiseman declined shortly thereafter. All parties agreed to suit to mediation. I mean, I don't know. I do see it though. Judge Thomas Wiseman.
Yeah. How does he spell that, Wiseman?
Wiseman.
Okay.
It said it entered into a stipulation of settlement which provided a blueprint for remedying past wrongs and ensuring equal access. So, I mean, the problem with this is that Tennessee, the state of Tennessee, still owes them $1 billion, right?
$1 billion or more. Yes. That they're not gonna pay.
And in 2006, Governor Brees announced that the consent decree had been lifted. So I see what you're saying with the merger, that's how they took away. But if I was Tennessee State, I would not have been trying to merge with them.
I don't think they had a choice.
Oh, well.
Yeah, they didn't have a choice.
Well, all right, Mr. Ford. I will see you next Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, I hope we do Friday. I like Friday better.
You didn't even show up the other day.
Yeah, I listened. I was just tired. I was tired.
You listened?
Yeah, I listened.
Okay.
I was just tired.
You heard, then you heard Jay calling you out. Okay. I said, no, Mr. Ford didn't tell me don't abandon nobody, because I was like, Lord.
Yeah, you went AWOL this summer. That's why we was under the spell of, what's my man's name from Prairie View? Lionel. We was listening to Lionel. That's right. I know I was listening to him. He had me hyped up.
He had you hyped, right? And now we're in the season.
Hyped all up, Lionel.
And now you're brought down to reality. Excuse me, reality. You brought
I'm gonna say it again. This my last parting words. Get rid of them divisions.
Please stop saying that. Keep the division. I don't want to see Alabama State again. That's not fair.
Yeah.
If we hypothetically speaking, Jackson State plays Alabama State again, it's like sudden death, right? That's not fair. We beat them. We don't need to see them again. Earn it. Win your division. I actually do see, now that this game has came down to the wire, I actually do see them undoing the divisions, but I'm just holding on to that mantra that the reasons why we have division is to reduce the amount of travel and help with the travel thing. So,
well, you get rid of the divisions, you become more competitive.
What? How? We already beat them.
No, but instead of
more competitive, because the West is just what the West is.
Weak as Sweetwater. That's what it is. Weak as Sweetwater.
Putting the weakness into the whole SWAC. They're still going to be weak as Sweetwater. Weak as Sweetwater. It's not going to help that. You just, I don't know. First it was FAMU. We need FAMU. FAMU done fell off.
Yeah,
now
you right. You said that right. They have fell off, baby.
Now it's Alabama State.
Huh?
Now it's Alabama State.
Yeah, they be merged. Like I told you today, I had no idea that they were that good. I mean, I understood that they were prolific offense, but their defense played today. So all this talk about Eddie Robinson being the remember when he first came in the league, that boy over there was calling him the real estate man and all that. That guy done built his program. But I said today after that game, if you're gonna be competitive in HBCU football, you got to have a star quarterback. We can't have them game managers. HBCUs have to have a star quarterback.
Well, we got Jacoby and Morgan.
Yes, you do.
And then in his stead, and that's the thing about Jackson State is that we have our quarterback room. If you look at our quarterbacks, we have some studs in there, right? To help continue that legacy. So I would like for everyone to have a blessed evening. If you guys are traveling back home on the highways and byways, please drive safe, fly safe, walk safe. And I will see you guys towards the end of next week. Good night, Mr. Ford. Thank you for coming on. Oh, thank you, Brother Bakari. Thank you, Brother Orangey, Jerome, and Nephew Jay for coming on. Make sure that you go to Jay's channel to go watch the halftime and the battle, the 5th quarter and the 0 quarter. Have a good night.
I've had some weary days and some sleepless nights, but when I look around, and I think things over, all of my good days outweigh my bad days. The clouds hang low, I can hardly see the road. I ask the question, Lord, I'm just saying, thank you, Lord. I won't complain. That's been so good to me. He's been good to me. More than this world, you could ever be. He's been so good. But he knows what's best for me. Although my weary eyes, they can't see, so I'm just saying.